Hello and welcome to another video of the Minimum Space Model Railway. This will be the last video for tonight or today, as it's a nice Sunday evening. Work in the morning like most of us have. This video, hopefully it shouldn't be a long video. I don't intend it to be a long video. We're going to cover the smooth running maintenance of the ubiquitous Hornby 040. We're going to be demonstrating on this locomotive. Again, it's the same procedure as the 060, which we've just done. And to prove I'm not talking rubbish, we have it going round. It's a very nice slow speed. I wouldn't say scale speed, but it's running around smoothly. It's not stuttering and stalling on the points. I suppose it could go around a bit slower. There we go, just turned it down a bit notch. And it's going round at a very slow speed. You could shunt at that speed easily. Little slight hesitation there, maybe it's going a bit too slow, but so it just goes to show that we know what we're on about. As the modern world would put it, it's not making fake videos. So the principle is the same with all locomotives, particularly these 040s. However, these 040s, the way you can get the bodies off are slightly different depending on the body style, whether it be Great Western Holden tank like what we have here, or just out of shot, only just in shot. We've got the Hornby Nortef tank, otherwise known as Smoky Joe. He's slightly different, there's a screw on the bottom. We're stalling a bit around the bends. It's a tight radius curve, so obviously it's a longer locomotive. Then we'll speed him up a smidge just to keep him going alright. But it's still running slow. Right. Again, we're going to clean the wheels. The wheels on this one, hold up to the camera, they look clean, but actually they're not. There is a nice coating of grease, muck and what have you, that's stopping this locomotive from running as smooth as what it could be. It's not very heavy, this locomotive, compared to the Nortef tank, otherwise known as Smoky Joe, or seen them in Caledonian colours. He's quite heavy, but still these chassis are identical. I say they're identical age, they're the newer type made in China. They're not very old, these are the ones I suggest you get your hands on, these newer types. I won't go into a video on how you can identify them, I think I've already done that. So yeah, we'll get into it. Like I've said in the previous video, you can clean the wheels as is with the body on, but again it just makes it difficult and it can be quite a faff. But if you don't want to take the body off, what you do is you clean one half of the wheel, one half of each wheel rather, apply some power to it, turn the wheel around like so, and just touch it on the power and it reveals the other side of the wheel. However, taking the body off isn't that hard, it's in fact on me it's quite easy. if you know how, and apply the right pressure and don't be too heavy-handed. Take some effort, so we'll get into it. Again, I've always, in a previous video, I've always explained the materials. Cotton wool buds, lighter fluid, bit of light machine oil, any oil will do. There's other videos on YouTube dispelling the myths about WD-40 and 3-in-1 oil. They're all good stuff. So we'll get into it before this video becomes too long. Take a screwdriver. On this we're doing it on the Holden tank. Well, I shall demonstrate, get hands in order. What you do is you take a screwdriver, put it under the buffers, slide under the buffers, hold the wheels by the coupling rods and just pry upwards very, very gently. Body should come off. I say should. As you can see, we're having a bit of difficulty here. I probably should have rehearsed it off camera, but I've done this quite a few times. Maybe the connecting rods aren't in the right place, so we'll just having a bit of technical difficulty, shall we say. Like I say, it's not slide screwdriver under the front buffers and pry up, and the body should come off. Hang a minute, there we go. Try holding the cylinders. There we go, rough. Now it did sound like something did break back. I assure you nothing has broken. The front coupling is all there. The coupling rods are all there. Again, they're only made out of cheap pressed steel. If you do bend them, you can always bend them back. See, no buffers are broken. So we'll set the body aside. I say with the coupling rods you can always just bend them back into position if they should happen to go a bit awry. Again, these models are not what you would call masterpieces or fine engineering. They're very cheaply put together. That's the whole point of them. Starter locomotives are just toys. So that's how you get a body off a Holden tank. The Bagnalls and the 06s are the same procedure. Here's Smoky Joe, or Smoky Joe type. You see. To remove the body, there's a screw to the front of the locomotive. See those cylinders? There's a screw you remove here. Again, I probably should have rehearsed this, but I've cleaned the wheels. Again, don't lose the screw. Very lucky the layout baseboard caught it, so any small parts, put them safely to one side, like in a wagon body. That always helps. Train's still going round smooth. Just hesitate to a point there. Because the camera's out basically. It's gone a bit camera shy. Put it back in shot. Again. Probably should have rehearsed this off camera. There we go. The buffers on these type are die cast, so they're not plastic, however they probably would break. But obviously it hasn't broken, the body has popped, revealing the chassis. Now there you have it. Casting shadows now. I'm falling off my chair. Can we see? Choose the light. There we are, and there is the spigot, or whatever you want to call it, that screws into. So yes, very simple to get off. Just requires a bit of light pressure. Right, we'll put that body back on, as we're not doing this locomotive today. Try and get the body back on, there we go. Yeah, I'll put this back together again as we're not doing this today. We should definitely do it in the future, probably off camera. Screw back in that one. Yeah, right, put him aside. Worth mentioning, if you haven't done this before, the screw that you absolutely do not want to take out is the one in the middle. See, that one is the same. That screw holds the motor mount in, also holds the pickups in. If you get the motor slightly out of line, it will affect the slow running of the locomotive, as the worm gears won't be lined up properly. So do not remove that screw unless you really have to, if you have to do any work to pickups or anything. So yeah, do not remove that screw. Also, I thought I'd have a few locomotives in the shot. Humpty Bagnall there. Very, very nice, very rare beast. Thought we'd have him in the shop for you to look at him, something interesting to look at. Right, we'll get on with the wheel clean then. Cotton wool, lighter fluid. Again, in previous videos I've already gone through the safety and do's and don'ts, and if you're underage it's better than responsible adults and all that stuff. The camera's gone a bit fuzzy out of focus, so we've already covered that in a previous video. So if you want to know, find out more about lighter fluid, do's and don'ts, the way you should and shouldn't do it, watch that previous video. Right, all I can say is, well, I'm in my own house and I'm very careful with what I'm doing. Job for a responsible adult. So, do try and do this in shot. Right, there we go. So you run the cotton wool bud right around the wheel. Because we've got the body off, we can actually access the whole, pardon me, access the whole wheel. Again, if it's quite a, if you're working in room temperature or working in a warm environment, shall I say, that's what I was looking for. Working in a warm environment, because lighter fluid, like I've said in previous videos, is a solvent. It evaporates very, very quickly. In warmer climates, you'll have to use more. Like I say, it evaporates, and you're also depositing it onto the wheel, which from the wheel it will evaporate. Getting right into the nook and cranny of the wheel, for lack of a better term. Getting right into the corner of where the tyre meets the flange. That's where you want. That's where some majority of the grease hides or gets pushed into. That's where you want to get. It was also a good idea. Don't let it run until locomotive. Well, like I say, it's a good idea to keep track of which wheel you've actually done. So I believe I've done that wheel. So I'll move to this side now, I think. Or was it this wheel that I've done? No, it's this wheel. It's this wheel. That's what I've done. Bit more light fluid again. When you little tip, we'll do a little tip. When you apply the fluid to the cotton wool bud, do not squeeze the container, because it will shoot out everywhere. What you always do is just tip it up until the nozzle becomes wet, and then it dispenses the fluid onto your cotton wool bud. Again, apologies for hands being in the way. Like I say, I'm not intending this video to be too long, really. I've noticed my videos tend to be between 20 to 30 minutes long, so we'll see if we can reduce the time, the filming time, to be more in line with Mike and Douglas at Budget Model Railways. Very good channel, Budget Model Railways. Mike and Douglas do a very good job. If I haven't mentioned it in previous videos, very, very informative. Very, very informative. As far as my previous videos, apologies for not having the comments open. It's all to do with when I upload the videos. Just recently, I've been, when I've uploaded the videos, just throw that away because it's become mucky, I'm afraid. Do not want to get fluff, cotton wool fluff in the locomotive, because it just adds to problems. Yeah. Where was I? Randomly rambling along. Where was I? Oh yes, the comments. Hopefully this video, previous video rather, if you look at the previous video, hopefully it'll be the same in this video. Hopefully the comments box should be open, as I've selected something like suitable for all people, and the two options you can select. One option is kids friendly, another option is either not suitable for kids or whatever, something like that. I've selected this time, I've selected the not suitable for kids section, but there's a subsection in that box where it says what age group do you want to view your videos. I've selected all age groups, So hopefully that will bring the comments boxes back up, and you can leave any comments, any questions, anything you like. No monkey comments, nothing abusive, please. No uncalled for comments. I've noticed, well, I say noticed, Mike and Douglas on their channel, Budget Mother Rose, has brought it to attention that they have had, I won't say negative comments, but quite insulting comments, unwanted comments from a tiny minority that unfortunately exists in the model railway community, shall we say. Quite hurtful comments, but Mike has done a good job at responding to them in a very, shall we say, professional approach, like I say. So hopefully the comments box on the last video that I posted, hopefully on this video that I posted, will be open, so you can communicate to me whatever questions, suggestions either. I'll be open to suggestions, and eventually I probably will run out of video ideas, so suggestions are very much welcome. Lost track at the moment whether I've worked out what wheel I've cleaned and what wheel I haven't cleaned. I can definitely tell you I've cleaned the rear wheels, so I'm hoping I'm actually keeping all of this in shot. I haven't seemed to be getting in the way. Again, I'm trying to keep the video times down, really. We don't want them to be too long, too boring. I've noticed the Great Northern 060 seems to be stuttering about a bit. Maybe he's had enough. Locomotive driver's probably slipped into a bit of a coma and probably losing the will to live going round and round. Trying to work out what. Seems to be okay. Well, it looks like we've got these couple of knobs seem to be a bit annoying. They seem to come out of their houses. I suppose I should leave them out and put them back in. I think that's all the wheels done. There's a bit of a, what's that there? There's a bit of a line on that wheel. Trying to work out what it is. Is it grease or is it just natural running marks? It's normal running marks. Yeah. I'll just put a bit more fluid onto there and get rid of. So I've touched it with my thumb, touched the wheels with my thumbs and fingers. So that will deposit grease onto the wheel. So we'll just get rid of that. Light seems to be fading, as I say it's evening, and we've got the room light on, but with it being an energy saving bulb, I don't think it's come up to its full temperature, so to speak. They take a bit of warming up. Often takes about 15 minutes for them to come up to full brightness. So we're probably casting a few shadows with the light in the background. Okay, those wheels are clean, I think. just do my fingernail thumbnail test and jam it into the corners of the wheel. Looks like we have with thumbnails picked up a bit of some muck on there, so we'll put a double ration of add fluid on the bud. I'll do a bit of forward thinking and just tell you how long a flask, shall we say, a flask of light fluid lasts me. Typically a couple of years with my usage. I've had that a couple of years. That particular flask, shall I say, flask or canister, whatever canister, lighter fluid I've had in a couple of years. This isn't the only railway that I have. I have another railway. Hopefully I should make a video about it when I've actually shrunk it down into size, as I put it on a big board. I'll stop train there a bit. Put it onto a big board, and that big board is, well, it's big really for me to handle on my own. Since I put it on a frame, it's quite heavy and takes up a lot of space in the living room. So hopefully I should do that in the near future. Lift all the track and do something along the lines of this. With it being with the old double O being what it is, it's basically set track, so you can't get flex track for it. So I shall probably make it. Well, it'll be 3 foot wide minimum. I'll put the body back. I'm rambling on a bit about, apologies, but it's giving a little insight on things to come. But yeah, I'll put the body back on. Hopefully I will do a video of that railway once I've got it shrunk down to size, 3 foot by 5 foot, something like that. This particular layout here, the minimum space double O layout, is 4 foot by 2 foot. Off screen again, apologies. Now the body on these just snap together just like that. Make sure that your coupling rods or piston rods, whatever, are back in their houses. Yeah. And that is how you do the Hornby 040s. That's how you shift the bodies, lift the bodies off, should I say. That looks reasonably right. And the bodies on these, on the cylinders, you can see slightly out of skew. They never line up, but it's a cheap locomotive, what do you expect? Again, it's the same procedure with the Bagnall and the 06. You just stick a screwdriver under there. I think we're going to help over. He stopped. Speed him a bit just to keep him going. Again, it's the same procedure. Screwdriver under the buffers. Keep hold of the wheels. On these ones, obviously we don't have cylinders, so it's get purchase wherever you can get it, and try not to snap anything. If only you could see my facial expression when you start prying on this. Again, we're dealing with plastic and what have you. You get a bit nerve-wracking. Oh yes,